Welcome to the Standpoint. We are about a month away from Christmas. And as I told you last week, we have started already. And very soon you'll see our huge Christmas tree. Yes, I know I'm just dreaming about it. But we love Christmas. Today, we are celebrating a life. A young life that, yes, God took away from us. But he knows, because he says in all things we should give glory to him. So 4 years ago, in April 2018, we had our first ever, and to date, our youngest panelist. She was called Nicole. Nicole had gone for cancer treatment in India and had come back looking well, and she has started writing her book. We celebrated, we had a wonderful time. But a year after, God decided that, well, this is the time to take my daughter home. So she left us. It was painful. We've had other programs to talk about how she died and everything. But today, we are going to celebrate her life and remember her. And also talk about what her parents decided to do to keep her memory alive. That is, set up a foundation to help other children going through cancer treatment. Well, let me say thank you to GTP for my cloth. This is Instroma, and it's made for me by Leran Collection. Thank you so much. My hair by Insular GH. Hey, Christmas is coming. You better go and get your hair. Christmas, you know, we are going to really rock it. For God has done so much for us. My makeup by I am J Claude. I am J Claude. He is actively on Instagram. His number is on the screen as well. Thank you to Nut Cosmetics. Thank you for holding me down and making sure that I'm always on point with the best product, light on the face, and they also give me gifts to give my panelists, and that I appreciate so much. We take a break. When we come back, celebrating Nicole. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Standpoint. Well, if you just joined us, today we are celebrating Nicole, remembering Nicole, the youngest ever to have graced the Standpoint platform in its 13 years. 4 years ago when she appeared, she was a young, and she still is the young. So she still holds the record, even in heaven. Well, I hope you go back and watch that program. I really had fun with her, and she teased me. Oh, Lord, Nicole, yeah. Your mommy still teases me, okay? That's okay. But we'll be remembering her today, and we'll be talking about her life, the foundation that has been set up to keep her memory alive and also to help children going through cancer treatment. Let me say thank you to GTP, who are sponsors. Thank you to Esteron Balloons and Accessories, everything balloons and accessories. I mean, they are in charge. And if you look around, they've just brought us some decor. Yeah, I started my Christmas 1st of November. You know me, I love Christmas. So we're still in the Christmas mood. But on my set today, I'm privileged to have 3 amazing women, all of them young women. I love surrounding myself with young women or having them on my program. It helps me remember my heydays, you know. So right opposite me, I have Mrs. Jemima Damali Ahiale. She's a public health officer. Welcome to the Standpoint. Next to her is Gloria Abla Puamang Weswame, Child Cancer Foundation lead advocate. Welcome back to the Standpoint.
Thank you, Mom.
Should I even know? Because this is your home.
No, it's my home.
It's your home, so...
Homecoming.
Okay, homecoming. And next to her, I have Dr. Chidima Ononobu.
Yeah.
I got it. Somehow.
Almost.
Okay. Okay. She is at the Child Health Department, Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Welcome to the Standpoint. Good to have you on.
Thank you.
How does it feel like working with the young ones?
I mean, it's very nice. I prefer working with children as compared to working with adults, actually.
I'm sure you know
They're
why.
easier
When
to
I
me.
said that we gave you a short notice and then you said anything for the children, and I saw the joy and excitement on your face.
It's true. Anything for the children. It gives me a lot of joy working with kids.
Kids, okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of kids do you work with?
Well, at the moment, I'm at the emergency room.
Okay.
So I work with all ages.
All
Yeah, from
ages,
babies to teenagers.
Whatever the case, all cases.
Yeah.
So not specifically for, children going through cancer.
No, but I've been at the cancer ward. I was at the cancer ward earlier this year for about 5 months. So I've also worked.
How was it
over
like
there.
for you?
Over there, well, it sometimes can get depressing, but you have to power through and see the bigger picture because most of the kids, when they come in early, they can be treated. So you just have to see beyond the sickness when they are very sick and just take your, happiness or joy in the fact that some of them get better or the ones that do get better, you're happy like, okay, this one. But the ones that are sick, then you do your best to not to get so emotional. You put your emotions aside and you just...
Did you succeed in trying to put your emotions aside?
Yeah, I do that pretty well, I'd say. It's not always easy, but I think being a doctor for 4 years, you get used to it.
Have there been cases where you feel like, this will not survive, but they survive? And then there's some you are like, this one will definitely survive, and then they don't.
Yeah, you get that a lot, especially this one will definitely survive and then they don't. That one usually, it takes you unawares. It's sad. Sometimes you're not even on the ward and you get the news like, oh, this patient you just treated. But that's the world we live in.
That's the world we live in.
Yeah, you just have to continue.
Yeah. Madam Jemima.
Yes, Auntie.
You're nodding. You know that experience, right?
Sure.
You have a child who is going through cancer treatment.
Yes.
How old is he or she?
She.
She, okay.
She's now 2 years, 10 months.
2 years, 10
10
months.
months,
Oh,
yes. She'll
really
be 3
pretty.
years on the 20th of December.
20th of December.
Yes.
Few days to Christmas. Oh, she'll make it. She'll make it.
Yes.
She'll make it.
Sure.
She'll make it.
Sure.
And how was she diagnosed?
It happened with a white speck on the eye, the black pupil, and then I got more worried. Initially, I was okay, one of those things, but I realized it wasn't going, so I sent her to a private eye clinic. We got there and she would just not sit quietly for her to be examined. So the doctor asked us to go to a higher institution where she could either be sedated or stabilized for whatever is there to be inspected. So we got there, we met the doctor we were referred to, and then he also mentioned that this is actually not in his domain, but we should come the next day, and that there was a specialist who was coming to the facility. So we left and then came the next day. So it was our turn to be attended to. We just entered the consulting room. The consultant was like, please stand there. And then just like opposite. And then she was like, Madam, what do you do? And I was like, I'm a public health officer. Okay, so you should go and start packing and go to Kolebu. And I'm like, how?
How?
We can't just stand there for you to just tell us we should go to Kolebu. She said what he's seeing in the child's eye could be cancerous. And there was no time to waste. We should just rush and then go the next day.
As a public health officer, the way the message was communicated to you, do you think it was the best?
Was a blow. It was a blow. I think if I really didn't understand some of this nitty-gritty, I'm sure I would have passed out.
Yeah.
Seriously. Because I didn't even know where the tear was coming from. But I just had to hold it because I was a child. And she would turn and look at me and look at the consultant's face. I'm like, you'll be fine, okay? So I was like, okay, thank you, sir. So we got home, packed, and then we're on the way to Kolebu the next day. So that's how it was diagnosed.
And when you got to Korle Bu, it was confirmed.
Yes, we got to Korle Bu with its long queue and the hula balloons. I mean, that was the first time experience for me. So we eventually went through, and we went to see the doctor. He asked us to run some scan, MRI or CT scan, and then do some labs. And we were supposed to report, we got on Friday, so we're supposed to bring the results on Monday. So over the weekend, we had to be rolling around in Tema to get a place to do these investigations. And then eventually Monday, we went to submit the results or the reports. And then the confirmation came that it was the cancer
So
of the eye.
this has been for how long?
So for between August and now,
Okay.
August, September,
So
October.
just August
Yes,
this year.
yes.
And how is the treatment going so far?
So far, so good. We are on the third cycle. We just completed the third cycle on Tuesday. And
So she
we're
had to go
hopeful.
through the chemo and everything?
Yes. But what we were told was the stage at which the cancer had gone, it was the right eye. So the pupil has to be taken out because the tumor is in the pupil. And that if it's left, it could travel through the optic nerve and get to the brain. And that would be fatal because there would be no hope then. So on the 21st of last month, we went through the surgery and then it was successful.
So she's lost one eye now?
Yes.
One eye now. Okay. Well, let me take a break. When we come back, continue this. But let me say thank you to our supporters. I mean, my eyes are bad, but I hate wearing spectacles for whatever reason. Let me say thank you to our supporters. Liz Jumbo Aromatics, Dede's Classics, Cook Groceries. Yes, she does your marketing for you. You tell what you want, she'll go to the market. Actually, she goes to the farm to get the vegetables and fruits and whatever, and then go to the seaside to get you your fish, go to the butchers to get your meat, and she'll deliver at your doorstep. If you wanted to clean them up and do that, she does that. She does so well. And Stunning Florals for our decor. That's our plant, both artificial and natural plants. Thank you to Casapreco Puma Drinks and Awake Purified Mineral Water. House of Food, Auntie Vera and the team. Thank you. Auntie Vera, Christmas is coming. I'll be going to Idumasa. So remember me. Kodam's Gifts and Stationery. Everything gift and stationery, they've got it there. Yep Cleaning Services. All your cleaning services, they will take before, after, during, whatever, wherever it is, they will do it for you. Juice Time, 100% fruit juices from the farm to the factory to the bottle. They do it all. Go-Got Yogurt by Pentafood. Go-Got Yogurt, they have the small bottle, the big bottle, and they've come out with the sachet one. This one, amazing, really nice. I like the look of it. All made in Ghana, right here in Ghana. Thank you so much. Thank you to Cake Technique, Mrs. Oforipoku and the family. We are so, so grateful to all of you. Now, talking about Christmas, you know, Christmas is just around the corner. And you know what I do during Christmas. I love kids. I've always loved kids. And I've always loved to put a smile on the faces of kids. So happy feet. Please, brand new shoes for children in rural communities. That's what I do during Christmas. Please, please donate a shoe or two wherever you are. But if you want to send money for us to go and buy the shoes, it's 0543 618182. 0543 618182. Please help make a little child feet happy this Christmas. We'll be back. Welcome back to The Standpoint. Again, I say thank you to GTP for my cloth. This is in Shoma, and I'm wearing the black and white, more of white, because we are celebrating Nicole today. Thank you to Leran Collection for making this dress for me. My hair by Inshilot GH, makeup by @IAM_J Claude, and makeup products by Note Cosmetics. Yes, I'm a sitting and working mannequin. Everything of me is sponsored. I'm sure you are wondering, hey, everything, what else? Well, say thank you to all of them. And then on 30th of October, I had a pregnancy program for pregnant women. I gave them diapers and soap and wipes and so many gifts and gave them food. And many of you contributed, you know, in cash and in kind. And I say thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, something I felt like doing, and it seems like becoming something I have to do. Everybody's calling for it, but I am so grateful. But let me single out these people and then thank them. That's National Malaria Control Program. You know, I'm the National Malaria Zero Malaria Ambassador. They gave me bed nets, 100 pieces. And I mean, thank you so much. Mary Stopes International came on board to support us financially, and they came all the way to Edumasa to talk to the pregnant women as well. We are grateful to them. Thank you to Inkunim Groceries and Semesha Frozen Foods. Yeah, if you have hampers to do this Christmas, they are the ones to go to, and they will sort you out. Let me say thank you to Gigi's Kitchen. Thank you, thank you. Maritas Local Foods, Cell-Based Foods. They make cereals. Euromix Diapers. Thank you to them. National Malaria Control Program, I've talked about them. Heavenly Babies Mother Care. GDA Classics, thank you so much. You always support my charities, and I'm so grateful. And then Tots and Tots. Farida is all the way in UK, but she was visiting. She heard about it, and she came down to support us. Her mother care takes care of babies, toddlers, and would-be mothers, what have you. She's got it all. Thank you to every individual who supported the program for pregnant women. I'm so, so grateful. Now to Gloria. How have you been, Gloria?
Good.
Good.
Yes,
You've been trying.
Yes.
I've been following you like a monitoring spirit on social media.
I know.
Every now and then it comes back, right?
Yes.
Give me a summary of what happened for those who haven't watched it and don't know the story of Nicole.
Okay, so
Without
Nicole.
tears.
Yes, I'll try. You know, there are days that you want to try so hard and still you end up, but I'll try.
Good. Try.
So she was 11 when she was diagnosed with osteosarcoma. That's bone cancer. So we had to go through treatment. Over here in Ghana, they said they couldn't. So we had to go to India. We did the treatment for about 8 months. We came back and then she had a relapse. We had to go back. And this time it was in the lungs. So they said reset. They took out the tumor from the lungs. And then we came back. She went back to school. I think somewhere in February, I think I lost my sister, my big sister. So the idea was to go to school, to her school, to tell her about it. So I asked permission for her to come home. And then when I got there, she was not well. So immediately, because she was holding on to the chest. So immediately I asked permission for her. They said she had gone to the hospital there in Akosombo. But knowing her history, I decided to bring her home. Unfortunately, that was it. So when we came home, we went to the hospital in Tema. Then they said what they were saying was unusual. So we did the x-ray and then we were referred to Kolebu. So in Kolebu, we were told that they had to remove fluid from the chest. That was the initial thing. And then, because it was an emergency, they immediately put the tube at the back, and then they started draining. So then we had to contact our consultant, which is, that's Dr. Salifo. She's also on the Westwamu Child Cancer Foundation because of the relationship. So she came, and then they continued running tests, only to realize that the tumor had overtaken the lungs. And we did the x-ray in December before she went to school, and there was nothing. So for me, when I was told that the tumor had come back and it had taken over the lung, I was shocked. And they said there was nothing they could do. So the tube they put there, like, nothing will happen. And so we were told to go home and just wait. That was what happened. We went home, and unfortunately she passed March 10th.
How was the drive from Kolebu home? Told that you should go home and wait, just wait. What prayer didn't you pray?
Auntie Gifty, you know, I prayed.
I know.
I prayed all the prayers there is. I did a fasting at a point. Back in, at a point we were in hospital, I collapsed because I was not eating. So it was difficult. And I said,
I'm supposed to be stubborn, mommy. I'm stubborn, mommy.
I
Yes,
said,
I want to
not
get you
cry,
to laugh.
please.
Well, so everything, prayers, everything, but nothing worked. God decided I want her home. It was time. So she went, yeah. She went, and we gave a very beautiful farewell and very emotional one. And it's been 3 years.
Yes.
At what point did you decide that? I remember we launched a book as well.
Yes.
Yeah, we completed.
I think prior to that, she launched her cancer foundation.
Yeah.
Throughout the
So she launched the foundation.
Yes, we did
before.
it here.
Yes, on the
Yes,
set.
on
Yes,
the
I said. Yes,
That was the first time you interviewed her.
Yes.
And then she came and spoke about what she wanted to do. Yeah. You know, when we were at the hospital, anytime she went through her chemo, there's a waiting period. So most of the time, if she's okay, we walk around for some time before the next. So anytime she's well, she goes around the wards to rather visit those who were sick. So that was where she nursed. When we were in Kolebu, when people come in and then, that was when she was initially diagnosed. When people come in and they couldn't pay, she thinks that if it's 20 cedis, and at times, the amounts people need, you'll be surprised that they are not able to. So you have people 50 cedis and they cannot pay. So she felt that we could help. And if I say we are also going through, she says, no, I should give our money to them. And so it was the same thing when we went to India for the treatment. When she's okay, she goes around. And there were people who were giving up on chemo because they thought that it was getting worse.
I remember the story.
Yes, so then she'll go and talk to them. You know, she'll sit on the bed, hold their hands and all that. So, and I was, she said I should be her photographer. So I took
and taking the pictures. And
so,
we show some of the pictures as
yes,
well.
Yes, so she came and then she wanted to do this. And so that was how come I contacted you, because I was already on your set. Yeah. So when I said it, you launched her. So when she launched the program, when she launched the foundation, it was, the response was good.
Good, yeah.
People were ready. I think when you aired it, immediately we had people donating immediately when you aired it. So we felt that it's something that we should follow up on. So that's how come we started it with her visiting the kids on the ward and talking to them, sharing her experience and all that. So when she had a relapse and we had to go through all that, I didn't understand. Well, it was hard. And when we were told that we had to go and wait for her to pass, I didn't also believe that she would die, because I trusted that God would look at all her good deeds. But it didn't happen. So we went home and then we just had to wait. And I didn't know how to break the news to the other siblings either. She passed. And so immediately we said we didn't want to do the foundation again because we were hurt.
And angry.
All of it combined. So we didn't want to do it again. And our family members proposed that at the funeral, because they didn't know that my husband and I didn't want to do it again. So they said we should have a table for her foundation and then a table for normal donations. And we did. And you spoke about the foundation. And over there, Auntie Gifty, a lot of people donated towards her foundation. And people, when it was also, when it was, I think it was on Facebook.
See, you're not the only one who does it. Nicole's person, I was put in the middle. Can you imagine? My own baby girl, and then I was standing at the funeral at the church talking about her foundation.
She had to speak.
And had to speak. It was hard. And she was. Now I'm
Lying.
getting emotional.
You know?
Put yourself together. Put
Yes,
yourself together.
Auntie
Okay.
Gifty.
Yeah.
So,
No, I'll try.
so and when it was live on Facebook, and we had the GoFundMe, and a lot of donations came in. So what were we going to do if we say we're
not doing it
doing
again?
it
Yeah.
again?
And I'm sure you have no regrets picking it up.
No, no.
How has
that
it
is
been
where
like?
my strength is right now. That's where my strength is, because
Yeah.
I'm able to dedicate a lot of my time to Wesomo Foundation. And the fact that I'm able to hold people's hand to go through it is a lot of energy, if I should use the energy. It's a lot of energy for me. So I don't have time to grieve. Because anytime I feel low, I just say that she has given me a lot of work to do. So there was no way I was going to feel low. And there are times that if you want to talk to people, I realized that I had to do this, because if you want to talk to people as a counselor, they want to know whether you feel the way I feel.
It always makes a difference.
Yes. So at times people don't want to listen to you, and then I say that there was a time Dr. Salifu had to call me to reach, because there was a young, I think the daughter was 3 years, and it was brain tumor. So the mother couldn't take it. She said no, that the child is not going to die. And immediately it's like a psychological breakdown.
Yeah.
So
That
Dr.
denial
Salifu,
stage.
yes, Dr. Salifu called me and I had to go. So when I went, it's like she wasn't listening to anybody. So I told her about Nicole. That was when she sat. And so I encouraged her that it's difficult. And she was asking, so you are smiling. And I said, it's difficult, but there are 2 ways you could take it. You could say that you will not get up anymore, or you could run through it. And for the sake of the other, she also had other kids. Okay. So for the sake of them, you run through it and pray that God will give you the strength to overcome.
While you're watching the standpoint, yes, I know it's emotional, but you try as much as possible to make it a bit, lightening, because we are celebrating a life short but well lived. And even after her passing, great things are happening because of her. Her mother has become a different human being with a different ministry, and other children and parents are benefiting from the foundation because of her. As we rightly said, the foundation was launched on the standpoint on the 18th of April 2018 on this very platform. I mean, of course, the background was different. And so I am happy to hear this, and we are definitely celebrating them. Well, let me say thank you to our sponsors once again. GTP, still timeless. They are on the Orgak Foundation, original, genuine, and authentic. And the best way to find out is to make sure that you buy it from all the accredited dealers across the country. It's the GTP accredited dealer. You see the certificate there and you buy from them, or you buy from any wooden shop, or do as I do, go online, buy from www.buygtp.com. Thank you to Esteron Balloons and Accessories. Everything balloons and accessories, they take care of, and they have just given me this pre-Christmas, it's not the proper Christmas, pre-Christmas look. This is pre. The proper will be something else. You'll be something else. We take a break. When we come back, we'll continue. Welcome back to the Standpoint. Thank you to Puma Drinks and Awake Purified Mineral Water by Casapreco Company Limited, Go-Go to Yogurt, House of Food, Cake Technique, Kodam's Gift and Stationery, Juice Time, 100% fruit juices. Thank you to Mrs. Oforipoko and family. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep Cleaning Services. We are so grateful to all of them for their support. Dr. Chidima, what do you miss about is it oncology?
Yeah, the oncology.
Oncology unit.
Well, I mean, the moment you pass through the oncology unit at Kolibu as a medical officer or a general practitioner, you are just automatically part of the oncology family because you never know, you could specialize in oncology. So one of the things I miss about that place is they celebrate the little wins we have, which, you know, it really helps because we are dealing with lots of kids who are not well, and sometimes, like we're saying, the cases can be terminal. So it's not a happy place in a way, like because the parents are worried, you know. But then we tend to make it as happy as we can for the kids. So there's always a party going on in oncology. You can ask anybody, child health oncology. There's always a party going on for some reason. You're celebrating a birthday. And then at the end of the year, usually we do a party for the cancer survivors to also come back as well. Although because of COVID, those parties are kind of not being held at the moment, yeah. But that's something the oncology unit does so well. And then whenever a child is done with chemo, you are celebrated as well. So
you make life easier for them,
yes.
And it's always excitement. You know, I like the way you talk about it with a smile on your face and all that. Yeah, Madam Jemima, you are beneficiary of the Weswamo Foundation.
Yes.
How did you hear about them?
Okay, so after the diagnosis, we were asked to go to the child health oncology ward, where we were assessed. We did further labs to see if everything was okay before we start chemo. So whilst there, it just dawned on me. I had a friend, a colleague in JHS. She told me about she surviving a breast cancer. So I was like, okay, I wanted to talk to someone, so let me just call her since she's been through before. So we're talking about Manuela, my little girl, and she wasn't eating well. So she was like, oh, there's one Auntie Gloria who once donated some things to the daycare. And there's one drink called Pediasure. And if the child is not eating well, at least all the daily supplements or nutrients could be gotten from that pack.
Yeah.
And then she said, oh, let me give her a number, and then I'll contact her. Frankly, the day she gave me the number, I didn't call. About 2 or 3 days where we went for an eye review. They wanted to do some assessment. So we got there. Before I gave her a WhatsApp message. Then I think she replied or so. So later in the day, she called. And by then, I was with the doctor. So I told her I'll call her back. And I didn't call her. So I think a day or two passed. And then she called back. So I was like, hey, who is this person? I mean, someone, I've not really chatted with her that much, but she sounded more concerned. So I got in touch and we're talking, and truly, she's a big sister. She made things very, very easier for me. Not totally okay, but it was better than none. Yeah, because there were times I had to sit, I was like, I have a child from childbirth, nothing happened, child is growing, and now she has to lose it. And my husband was like, no, tell these Kolebu people, no one should touch my child's eye. So he was, as a whole thing to do with. Yes. So Auntie Gloria made me see reason. I mean, if she loses an eye, there's still...
And she lives?
Yes. I mean, it's better off.
Yeah. Life is all you need.
Exactly. So she was always checking up on us. So I mentioned to her about the surgery. She said, okay, that's fine. I should just get a pro-invoice from the hospital and then let her have it. And then she'll work around and see how things go. So at the oncology ward, I've been seeing the Weswamo Foundation, but I wasn't seeing any contacts there. So after contacting her, I was also monitoring her status every now and then on WhatsApp. So I was getting a bit of information about the Weswamo thing. So eventually the time came for the surgery. I contacted it and the check was just brought.
Wow.
So that's, yes. That's how. And I don't know, but I just felt so elevated, so happy, especially for the learner. I was like, wow. I mean, this is a woman who is working, and still things are, I mean, not so smooth for surgery. You need support. What of people who don't have it? I mean, people who just don't have it. What happens to them?
Yeah.
Yes. And so when she spoke to me about that, I said, wow, this is all I can do to support. I mean, there could be more, but for now, I'm available.
Yeah.
Let me
I like the
support.
way
So,
it says somebody
yeah.
who is working. So you are working, your husband is working.
Yes.
And even that
Yes.
payment was tough.
Yes. Yes.
And you need the support. So you can
Yes.
imagine the number of,
Exactly.
you know, women. And most of the time when they happen, I know there are some fathers, and I've had programs, I mean, with fathers who came with their, I mean, it was about children with cancer. But two of them, it was their fathers who brought them, you know, and they talked about it's been their fathers going up and down. One had gone through, it's called remission, I mean, it was totally cleared, and the father came, and we had the father crying, and, you know, it was, but Nicole's mama, do you have an idea how many people you've helped so far? How many K the foundation, roughly?
Will be okay for, so we actually zone group them. So for those we some of them we didn't really have to give money. They just needed our support in way of counseling. There are times that my husband and I will have to visit. So with those ones, there are a lot of them. There are many. But with those we had to pay for, we are in our 20s.
Okay.
And contacting us is mostly through social media. And then we have also referrals from the hospital. So, for instance, Dr. Salifu is on the board. So if there's something that we can help with, we do help. There are some that we just need to give the Pediasure milk to. There are some that they've lost their child and they just need that kind of comfort. There are some that have been told that it's terminal.
So yeah, the reason that
they don't know
why every time Pediasure is short on the market.
We say thank you to our donors. Mommy, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Dr. Salifu, when we started the foundation, we actually didn't know where to start from. So she gave us some of the mothers to talk to, so we see what exactly their problem is. Some, it has to do with even transportation to the OPD for their checkups, because at times maybe a charity will pay for the treatment, then they don't still come, and then it will get worse before they turn up. So we had those who that had those challenges. So when we spoke to her, she said that with the Pediasure, it would be good if we are able to get it in stock all the time, so that if they need it at the hospital, for those who have nutrition challenges, they can get it. So our foundation, we give Pediasure to Kolibu. We were doing it on monthly basis till last year when the COVID came. Then we couldn't visit, but then when they call, we have to send it. So at times we donate like 20 boxes, 30, just so they keep it. And there are some that we give to directly. And there are some that we have to pay for chemotherapy, others we pay for surgery. And some of the surgeries are very expensive. So if we are not able to pay, and you will allow us use the picture of the child, we can also raise, because if it's something like bone cancer, it's costly. So if you
I was going to ask, how do you raise the funds? Where do you get the money from?
We raise it through, mostly we use like our social media page for the fundraising. The same place we allow people to contact us if they have anybody in mind. At times it's the teacher of the child that is able to tell that there's, like she said, there's something on the eye. At times the parents, they think that, there was one lady who said they thought when she said when they had the issue, they went to a hospital and the nurse was like, they should thank God that the child is a special child. So it's like the nurse had no idea what that was. So the thing got to worse, was swelling before they got to Kolebu. So some of
Special
them,
child born with something on
like
there.
straight, or see, like the Ninkosiano, there's light on it.
Yeah.
That was how she said it. So it's like the light on it, and
The
they
light
are
on the eye
excited.
bulb.
Yeah, so it's special.
Try.
The child is specially called for something.
Sometimes when I go to speak to especially young people, I tell them, pray for where you meet your man. Pray for the kind of man. Pray which hospital you go to. Pray where your pregnancy, where you go for antenatal. Pray about everything. Because sometimes you can just meet somebody who can be the cause of, But anyway, Madam Jemima, in conclusion, what have you got to say?
I think support for people living with cancer is very, very important, emotionally, financially. I mean, most people lose their children to cancer because mainly they don't have anyone to talk to. Then they don't have the money. You go for chemo, for those times we're going weekly, should be having about 700 to 1,000 cedis. Yes, in a week. Because you'll be traveling, you'll be eating, and all that. So it's quite expensive. And then I will urge parents that they should always be looking out on their children. If you see anything strange, even if you send him or her to the hospital, they tell you it is this. You've gotten the clarity and you are safer. But if you think it's one of those things that children have to go through, then I'm scared. It wouldn't go so well. Yes.
Dr. Chidime, conclusion.
Okay, so in conclusion, I would say that we should remember that cancer is not always a death sentence when it is picked up early. So that is the key word here. If it's picked up early, about 75% of childhood cancer can be cured. So the most important thing, like she was saying, is if you find something strange in your child, please take your child to the hospital. Something that has been there for too long, it might be even fever, but then you see that the fever just keeps coming months, like, I mean, no child should have a fever for months. So anything that you think is unexplained, take your child to the hospital. And we urge people to please give and donate towards childhood cancer, because 75% of childhood cancer gotten early can be cured.
75%, that's
that's a lot. So if your finances are coming, it will go a long way into helping this 75%. Thank you.
Gloria,
Thank you, Gifty.
how to support the foundation?
Yes, so I went back to school, so I would do the counseling professionally. So I did guidance and counseling, so I will support the counseling team that we have.
Okay.
So I'll use the opportunity to say thank you to all our donors. I want to mention Matilda. She's in the US and I've not met her before. There was a time I just posted about our visit to Kolebu we did in September. And then she saw it and she said she loved what I was doing with the kids. So she had a picture section as a fundraiser. Just last week, she was able to donate 8,000 cedis to the foundation from the program. Initially, she said she was donating towards our Christmas party.
Right.
But I thought that we should rather use it for treatment. So we put it in our account for treatment. So I want to say a big thank you to her and all those who support. Some give monthly donations to make sure that people who need it get it. Okay. And we don't only go to Kolebu, we go to Konfanochi Teaching Hospital and we go to Reach as well. Okay. And so we want to say a big thank you to our donors. Next we'll go to Kolebu first week in December.
Okay.
And then we also have the Christmas party for them. But we are, as we are grateful, we are still soliciting that.
So one number to call?
055 594 5515. Again. 055 594 5515. It's the same number if you want to donate. The same number if you have a child around you and you think that they need to be supported.
It's on Momo as well?
Yes,
Mobile
please.
money?
Yes,
In
please.
all the networks?
Yes,
okay.
please.
All right. Well, thank you very much for
Thank you,
sharing.
Auntie Gifty.
I know it's not been easy. We'll do a proper program on, child cancer and do the education and everything. But today we just wanted to remember Nicole and what is happening after she passed 3 years on. And we just want to say we are proud of you. So we have some packages for you from here. So this is from Les Jumbo. It's fragrance. You got the cotton one. This is really nice. Very, very nice. This one. And then we also have some, products from, nice. Look at it. From Note Cosmetics for you. And this is for you. And the same thing for Gloria. Yes. And then this one, partner. So what's in for Liz? And then is the Ezikut also has a whole grocery for you.
Thank you.
Just it has the vegetables, the fruits.
Wow.
These days people are watching their finger. So let me just put it for you. Ezikut is it's groceries made easy, groceries at your doorstep.
Thank you. Thank you.
Number. Yes. And then it's easy cook. Yes, easy cook. And that's for you as well. Just to say thank you for sharing. These are not easy to share, stories to share, but you do share. And Gloria, Christmas, me and you. After you bring the banku.
Yes, I'm bringing.
You've done so well. I'm so proud of you.
Thank
really
you.
proud
Thank
of you.
you.
Really
I
proud
get a lot
you.
of energy from you as well. God bless you for all that you are doing.
We give glory to God. And on 24th of November, that's 3 days from today, it's Nicole's birthday. She would have been 15, yeah? 14? 18. Hey, right now, should have been 18. Shit. I still have that young girl's picture in mind. Should have been 18 if she was here. That's on 24th of November. So please, the number is on the screen. You can donate to the foundation to celebrate her life. Yeah. If she were alive, should have had a part 18 years. Oh, imagine what you have. So I'm an adult, so you can donate to help us celebrate. And I'm sure on that day you do something, right? You go.
We want to give our lunch at the ward.
At the ward, you give lunch. Okay, so you can support with anything. If you're a caterer, you want to come on board with cooked meals, with pastries, with drinks, water, whatever it is. The number is on the screen. Contact Wosuamu.
Good.
Hey, I got it finally. Foundation, and you'll be putting a smile on the face of a little girl or a little boy or a young person at the Kolebu Oncology Department. Thank you. I'll be back with a bit of me. Today I want to talk to you about giving. Not only for Christmas, but giving from your heart. Giving for a worthy cause. Some of us are channels where we come to you soliciting for help for others. I remember not too long ago, me soliciting for support to help make one pregnant woman or some pregnant women, and in total 100 of them, happy on just one day in their 9 months journey. Every time I ask people, they give, and sometimes I ask myself that, what is it that makes people give when I ask? But I always tell myself that it's because I come back to give account. I come back to say thank you. And I believe that because people also receive unexpected rewards and testimonies as a result of their giving. Sometimes we all get giving fatigue. Sometimes I even get tired of people telling me, oh, help me raise funds, help me do this. Sometimes I get tired, but we can never give tired. God works in mysterious ways. God works in mysterious ways. When I was raising the funds for the pregnant women, some gave 10 cedis, 5 cedis, 20 cedis, and there were some who gave 1,000 cedis. Some gave 2,000 Ghana cedis. Every little helps. So never ask, what would my little do? What would my 10 cedis do? Every drop of 1 cedi, 2 cedi, 3 cedis coming together can do a lot. So today I just want to tell you, never give up. Don't be tired of giving. If you don't have, you don't have. But if you can give a little, just a little, to help make somebody's life better. So don't be tired of giving. I remain the woman with super crazy faith in God. I know God has got me covered. I know I have a mission, but I know God has given me wisdom. And that wisdom is to make sure that every time somebody gives, I come back to say, thank you. So today, I say thank you for all the givings you've given me over the years, for the causes that I champion. I say thank you. Thank you, and God bless you. And I'll be back again. Happy Feet, December. 0543-618182. Don't forget to help me to make a little child feet happy this Christmas. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. Bye for now.